There we have a budget smartwatch, the Mi Watch 2 Lite. This one actually has more features than anyone would expect. That's why today I will tell you everything you need to know about its features. Is it worth the buy or not? Or are there other budget smartwatches that are just as good or even better? But first, hey folks, my name is Leonard, you're watching a product reviewer, and that's me. As you can see, the Mi Watch has a square case with a display size of 1.55 inches and a resolution of 360 by 320 pixels. Now swiping left and right on this bad boy will get you through your different tiles, of which you have 6 by default. You get a 24/7 heart rate tracker that shows you your current heart rate as well as your resting heart rate and your average over the day. Next we have an SpO2 tracker. Now the SpO2 tracker, or a blood oxygen saturation tracker, measures how well your blood carries your oxygen. And if you have no clue what your numbers on the screens mean, you can click the top right info button to see what percentages are normal and which are not particularly great. In the Xiaomi Wear app, which you by the way need for this watch, you can look up even more stats for your heart rate and SpO2. Right here you see your daily highs and lows, and you can set the frequency of readings. The one from the heart rate ranges from 1-minute intervals all the way up to 30 minutes. Long intervals will save you more battery life. That also works with the SpO2 tracker, but in addition you can tell the watch if it should track your SpO2 level during the night as well. But now back to the watch. The Mi Watch 2 Lite has a weather widget, a widget for sport modes and your daily activities, and for last, your main screen. You can actually add more widgets to the rotation, like a sleep tracker, stress tracker, or your music player. But keep in mind that your widgets are capped to 7 at a time. Now speaking of the sleep and stress tracker, in the app you will get to see way more. It actually tells you how long you've been in your different sleep cycles, your average heart rate and your SpO2 level during the night. By long pressing the home button you can change your watch face. On default you only have like 4 available watch faces, but in the Xiaomi app you can download plenty more. As you can see, we have one physical button on the side of the watch, with which we get to our app menu and back. Now over here you see a few more features on this watch. Over here we got stuff like a flashlight, timer, stopwatch, alarm, and a Find My Phone feature. Besides these features that I have already mentioned, you can do some breathing exercises to calm down. You can set a timer between 1 and 5 minutes and tell the watch how fast you want to do these exercises. The only thing I know, different breathing intervals have a different effect on your body. Now if you go back to the home screen and swipe up, you get to your quick panel, and if you swipe down, to our notifications. You get notifications from just about any app on your smartphone. Okay, let's finally get to the sport modes. And with the Mi Watch 2 Lite, you get over 100 different sport modes to choose from. That's like the most I have ever seen on a budget smartwatch. So you can imagine that you have standard sport modes covered, like running, hiking, swimming, and cycling. But if you scroll all the way down and click Add, you get to choose from a few different categories with extra sport modes like trainings, dance, combat sport, or ball sport. Once you finish your workout, it is getting added to your record list, where you can look up all of your past workouts and see them stats. As for the accuracy of the heart rate and the built-in GPS, this watch is actually pretty good. And yes, this watch has built-in GPS, Galileo, Baidu, and QZSS. So now for the GPS. I was walking through our park and it basically was spot on for the most of the time. Only when I got near buildings, the GPS started to be a bit weaker and the lines were not that precise anymore. But overall pretty good for a 70-euro smartwatch. Now next up we got a battery life, and this one is actually very good. Now I did 2 workouts for about an hour with the GPS turned on. I get a few notifications here and there, and I have my heart rate monitoring set on constant, so 1-minute intervals, something like that. And I get about 1 week of battery life. Maybe not as good as the promised 10 days, but still very good. Now the only problem is that it takes about an hour and a half to fully charge from 0% to 100%. Now do I recommend this watch, or is there anything better? Now I truly believe that this watch is one of the best watches for under 70 euros that you can get. Now the only other budget smartwatch that I would draw a comparison to is the TicWatch GTH. So if you want to check that one out, I will leave the link in the description below, since I did a full video on that one as well. Now this watch has a few upsides and a few downsides. Now I have 2 upsides. One is that you have all-day SpO2 tracking. So SpO2 tracking is a little bit normal on smartwatches nowadays, but all day, not so much. Only with a little bit more expensive smartwatches. The other thing is that you have a built-in GPS. Not a lot of budget smartwatches have a built-in GPS, which is actually working very good. Now the 2 downsides are that you cannot customize your watch faces. So I always like to customize my watch faces to see the metrics that I want to see, and I cannot do it on this one, which is a little bummer. And the other one is the navigation of this watch. It feels a little bit clunky, so it's not that responsive as on other smartwatches. But besides these things, it's a good budget smartwatch. And folks, that's already it for the video. If you like it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I'll post 2 new videos every week. Also click the notification bell to never miss out on any new content. And with that being said, see you next time. Peace.